Good afternoon and welcome once again to the Don Valley Stadium. Today's visitors are the mighty Wigan, are once again on course for an incredible double of the League and Cup. And what is more incredible, it will be their 5th in a row. We have with us today that famous Wiganer, John McDermott, who will be calling the game for Wigan. Hi, John.
Well, come here with a certain amount of trepidation, actually. It's great to see Sheffield doing so well in the First Division. I personally wish them tremendous success, but not this afternoon. And I think Wigan must be a rather worried team. Sheffield are playing so well, and at the moment Wigan are so inconsistent. Fighting to hang on to the championship. Before they've dropped 12, 11, 8 and 10 points, and they're now 8 points down, and today they're going to have to fight for everything.
Yes, they've a tough end of season campaign in front of them, but that's the norm for Wigan, John. They've had it to do tough for the last 5 seasons.
10 matches in 21 games is normal.
It certainly is, and that's just another testament of the tremendous strength in this Wigan club. And as we sit here, John, there's an array of talent just sat around us. There's Nigel Wright, Martin Dermott, Billy McGinty, Dennis Betts, Phil Clark.
Well, team sitting in front of us.
Yeah, with a good nucleus of a First Division team sat around us. So we'll just run through the teams quickly for you. Sheffield have at full-back Gamson, on the wings Pixley and Plange, in the centres Price and Fraze, half-backs Aston and Broadbent, front row Broadbent, Jackson and Cook, the back 3 Carr, Maguire and Faddle. Replacements today are Stott and Hughes for the Eagles. Wigan have at full-back Aitchison, on the wings Robinson and Fire, in the centres Tugamala and Connolly, half-backs Botica and Edwards, the front row Cowie, McDermott and Platt, and the back 3 Cassidy, Faddle and Panapa. And replacements today for Wigan are Lydon and Skerrett, and today's match official is Mr. Atkins. Perfect day for rugby league. No wind to speak of, ground firm, beginning to look a little bit bare, but that's to be expected after the season that we've had. And Botica gets us away, and we're off for what will be undoubtedly another 80 minutes of thrilling, exciting rugby league. And first man in is Paul Carr with the ball. Jackson onto Broadbent. Wigan, of course, coming off a surprising loss. Well, surprising to some people. Not surprising to me, because you get nothing at the Boulevard given. And if you don't play well at the Boulevard, you'll come away with 0. And it's dented, well, not dented the ropes, but made winning the championship just that much more difficult. Puts much more pressure in every other game that Wigan have to play in this run into the end of the season. Gamson working his way back to where the ball was played. That's a recovery from Gamson. Eagles a little bit disorganised on that kick, and Bruce Maguire is very lucky then not to be called offside. Lurking offside, but 30 metres offside then with intent, long before the kick was put in.
However, they've made good use of the first set of 6 tackles, and Wigan, who've had harsh words from the coach Don Dorey about the tackling stint, gave Sheffield plenty of room, but now it's Wigan to fight the way out, almost up to the 30-metre mark outside from their own line, and Sheffield coming in extremely hard and fast, and that's some good tackling round the play of the ball. Wigan coming away from acting half, but the referee deciding there was an infringement, and it's a penalty to Wigan, perhaps around just that fraction too quickly, and that will give Wigan a little bit of relief as Sheffield, full of fire, full of passion and commitment, have been coming in hard in this opening 3 or 4 minutes, and touch judge marks it on the halfway line. Wigan with another set of 6, and they're using the weight, trying to batter the way through, and Sheffield having none of it, hurling them back. Sheffield lying up very close, coming in quickly at the play of the ball, and Wigan bogged down somewhat round the play of the ball at the moment. Dermott normally so good round there at sparking things off, and Wigan still playing it hard. Missing Philip Clark, of course, from loose forward, and Dennis Betts in the pack. Wigan lobbing the ball now, and Sheffield up quickly into the Wigan line-out, stifling the Wigan move. Good defensive play by Sheffield. Wigan finding it hard to make any progress. Now this should probably be possession back as it comes out, and here comes the kick. It's a high lofted one. Gampson's coming up for it. Wigan are first underneath it, and the referee says it's Sheffield's ball.
Yes, dodgy situation there for the Eagles. Good kick, good high kick, plenty of chases for Wigan, but Broadbent eventually came up with the ball. That's big defence there from Dermot and Platt. And again, Mr. Atkin calling not standing square. So that's one penalty each. Both called for the same offence. So Mr. Atkin setting his stall out that he wants to tidy play the ball. And Aston puts the ball in. Just short of the halfway line. Broadbent takes the first drive. Cowie and Platt meet him. Jackson goes back to the short side. Maguire, well, that's a good tackle from Tugamala. Kill the pass off. Aston, Powell with his first touch of the ball, tries to get carried away. Good chasing from Bottiker and Connolly. Good defence from Wigan. Coming right up and taking the ground off the Eagles. And the Eagles have only made 2 metres on 4 play the balls. But Jackson this time offloads to Faddle. Faddle can't get one away. Last tackle. The ball will go to Aston. Aston puts one high. That could be anybody's. Robinson underneath, under some pressure. Oh, never took his eye off the ball, John.
Very cool there under pressure. He's better than an extra 2 fullbacks, Jason Robinson, the way he covers the kicks through and then clears afterwards. But Sheffield now in a good attacking position as Wigan spread the ball inside their own 20-metre area, inside their own 10-metre area. Living a little bit dangerously there. Now they're driving out, bringing it up to the 20-metre line. That was good clearing running. Wigan had tackled well there during the last set of 6 tackles and pushed Sheffield back a couple of times. Now Wigan taking it away, brought it out to the 30-metre line. Little bit of hesitation behind the ball. Edwards put in the kick in behind the defence, and it is well covered in the 20-metre area, and it's Wigan in quickly.
Well, plunge. Quite a worthy Tugamala there. He certainly took a run at the fire, tested the fire's metal out, just wanted to know whether the fire fancied the game today or not. Tugamala come in and completed the tackle. And Plange just says, well, this is First Division football, son. You really have to earn your money. Mr. Atkin pinning Wigan there, just raking the ball out. So the Eagles will have a good position from this kick. This time the ball will be tapped on Wigan's 40. Cook brings the ball in. Stopped dead by Andy Platt. Farrell runs dummy. Broadbent goes midfield, goes towards the posts. Almost breaks the line. Good progress. This time a mix-up from Aston and Jackson. Powell turns Pixley inside. Pixley almost to Wigan's 10-metre line. This will be a drive to the posts. Oh, it was the flat ball. It hasn't worked. Brilliant play from Dermot. Dermot, quick thinking on the breakdown. Move that ball very quickly, John.
Yes, they turn defence very quickly into attack, but once again Wigan have got the hard graft of taking it away. They're playing most of this game in their own territory and not really able to apply much pressure. Once again Sheffield were very quickly round at the play of the ball and coming in and trying to stultify Wigan, stifle them, stop the movements before they start. And once again it's the big men trying to crash the way through. Sheffield sticking gamely to the task. Now we've got a footballer win the game now and go back into the centre of the field, and Grim tackling forces Wigan down. A good quick play of the ball, and here comes the kick through from Wigan, having been chased out on the left wing.
So Gams Pixley to bring the ball back. He makes it to the quarter line. Well, it's tip and nook so far. It's the game's played at a hectic pace. It's opened up, as so many games have to do at the Don Valley. Right on, with the foot on the pedal. Fraser with a chance to run. Pixley trying to work his way outside Robinson. So, good ball movement from the Eagles. This time, Maguire gets Jackson away. Jackson feeds Price. Farrell comes in and cuts the movement down. This time, Anthony Farrell steps. Almost gets rid of Penappa. Last tackle, and the Eagles have gone very quickly through this set. Aston throws a wide ball to Powell. Powell toes it through. Fraser's on the chase. Aitchison's played it. He will have to go dead. It's good chasing from the Eagles. Superb play. Daniel Powell, Mark Aston and David Fraser. Well, Aitchison, just a little bit of hesitancy there, John, with Aitchison.
Yes, he seemed rather unsure. Usually he's pretty good at the back, but that was rather a bad mistake, and that's going to give possession back to Sheffield again, and a chance to hammer away once more at the Wigan line.
Farrell gets one off, makes almost 50 metres on the full. Paul Carr retrieves, eventually dragged down just 5 metres. From Wigan quarter line, Broadbent brings the ball in. Well, it's Eagles having plenty of the ball in this opening 10 minutes. Anthony Farrell, hands on to Price. This time, Maguire's found a hole. Oh, well done, Bruce Maguire. 1 or 2 Wigan players then. Out to lunch. Jackson toes it through. It could be anything. Oh, Aitchison has to play it. Good pressure from the Eagles. Good thinking from Lee Jackson. 1 or 2 players loitering with intent then.
Well, Wigan under the cosh at the moment, and Sheffield are attacking with all the might, and there's panic in the Wigan ranks at the back. That's twice that the Wigan fullback Aitchison has had a big problem, and here they come again with another set of 6 tackles.
Oh, that's a huge drop out from Farrell, goes almost 60 metres on the full. Gamson meets a big shoulder from Martin Dermott. This is Broadbent, makes good metres, 10 metres. Going right at the heart of the Wigan defence. Jackson to Cook. He will bring another one this side. He's eventually tackled by Tugendmeiler. Well, the ball went loose then. That shouldn't have been play on. It should have been a stoppage. Aston tries to bring Gamson in on that little short run off his shoulder. Powell now, first receiver. Turns the ball to Farrell. Farrell, Aston. Aston dummies. Onto Price, almost. Mick Cook doing the housework, tidies up and retrieves the ball for the Eagles. Last tackle. Aston toes one through again. This time Aitchison's in good position, picks the ball up and makes good metres. Again, a good set of 6 from the Eagles, John.
And a good clearing run by Aitchison, and the referee giving Wigan a penalty for lying on at the tackle. Sheffield have had a lot of possession. They've come hard at Wigan, but they've not been able to turn it into points. For the Wigan defence has stood firm this time, and a little bit of relief for them as it's banged into touch. And now Wigan with a chance to use the ball a little bit, but a couple of dropouts from underneath the post gave possession back to Sheffield, and they handled it well. Wigan playing it tight in the forwards. It's not getting out to the 3/4 of the limited amount of possession they've had. And they've lost it behind the play of the ball, and the referee says play on. That's bad play by Wigan. Good play by Sheffield as they come tearing down the field.
Well, I think Mr. Atkin must have been unsighted then, John. That was an out-and-out knock-on. If that wasn't a knock-on from Lee Jackson, there'll never be another in the history of Rugby League. With the Eagles, you've got to take what comes your way. It's down to the referee's call. Maguire, in the meantime, gets once again back into Wigan quarter. Gamson brings Broadbent running. Broadbent tackled 8 metres from the posts. Options for Eagles, both sides. Aston. Well, Cassidy had seen that and worked it out. That's a knock-on. And there's no way that's a knock-on, and Lee Jackson's wasn't, John.
Well, I thought he hadn't seen it at first, actually. I was beginning to wonder, but this should be possession back to Sheffield again on the Wigan 10-metre line, and Wigan really taking some hammer.
And it's all Eagles. Powell comes with a big run. Tackled by Penapper and Botica. Aston onto Farrell. Farrell steps, keeps on his feet. Cook comes on the loop. He's eventually tackled by Cassidy. All the questions being asked of this magnificent Wigan defence. Aston turns Broadbent in. Broadbent driving to just 2 metres from the post. Eagles stacking deep on the left. Aston first receiver, and Wigan a short out on that side. The ball will go. It's Powell. Powell scored. Oh, what a wonderful tackle! Latstick's tackle from, it was Aitchison, and a knock on. Paul Carr just going over. Well, I'm not sure who brought that last-ditch tackle in, coming second man and just killed Powell from scoring, but that was a 6-point tackle.
I think Wigan have built a brick wall across about 5 metres out. But Wigan with possession from the scrum. And it's head down and bash, and Sheffield having none of it. And it's been knocked down at the play the ball coming in quickly. Wigan caught in their own green goal area, and so it's back to underneath the post. The referee will bring them back for the knock-on, and that will be probably Wigan's feed. It should be Wigan with the put-in on their own 10-metre line, and the magnificent defence stood up to it. Wigan, of course, with the best defence in the league, and now they get the ball, but there's no way through as the Sheffield defenders coming fast, and some other Wigan. Edwards now trying to, Wigan having to turn back into the middle. Wigan seem to be a bit slow around to play the ball. They're trying to get it away, and for once they gain valuable territory. Coming away this time very quickly from behind to play the ball, and Wigan up to the halfway line. They've withstood a tremendous siege by Sheffield, and now they're coming away, and the chance now to force their way into the Sheffield territory, but not with tackling like that, they won't get through. And they are lethal this afternoon, and Wigan player on the deck hurt. Loose ball from behind to play the ball. It's hoisted high in the air anywhere, and it's covered well by Sheffield.
And well taken by Aston, who hands on to Gamson, who brings the ball away. And that was a good defensive 6 from the Eagles. Some big tackles going in, some good chasing, and that's a big tackle. Tugamala gets a good shoulder in, and certainly, if it's nothing else, he looks strong. Mick Cook just puts that little bit of secondary effort in and picks an extra metre up. Aston, Powell almost away, still keeps on his feet. 15 minutes of non-stop action gone so far, and you have to say it's been 90% Eagles play. Last tackle, Lee Jackson this time goes to the air. Robinson, it's hanging over him. Oh, that's a superb catch from Robinson. That was a difficult ball to take, John.
Yeah, look, it's very windy out there today, you know, because it seemed to swirl quite a bit in the air then before it came down to Robinson. Now Wigan bringing away from just outside the 20, back inside the middle, forcing the way through, and the Eagles clinging on for dear life. Out to Edwards, Edwards holding it, Edwards going back into the centre, running back into trouble, and a penalty given to Wigan for an infringement in the tackle. Mr. Aitken was very close to it, having a word with the Eagles side. Farrell, I would think, to take on the kicking role today. Left-footed. Finds touch on the halfway line. Now Wigan chance to set up an attack. Been very rarely done, and he made the break, and they can't get up with him. And that was powerful running. Wigan forcing the way forward now up to Edwards. Edwards, the ball player. Wigan's trying to go through, and good tattlings takes him out of the game. Good, clean, hard tattling. And Wigan having a lot of trouble around to play the ball. And Sheffield have won it again when Wigan were in possession.
Well, that was untidy, John. Both play the balls there were untidy. I would say that the Eagles were transgressing at the play. The ball came up with the ball. Edwards decided, well, I might as well have a go. Didn't stand square, poked the ball through, but he didn't get the ball back. Mr. Atkin had got to keep an eye on the play of the ball, keep it tidy. His first 2 penalties were infringements at play of the ball. He should not then allow the game to deteriorate in that area. This is Powell, big shoulder from Andy Platt. And they don't come much bigger than those, do they, John?
Oh, it comes hard, does Andy. Very solid man.
Jackson spotted a hole, toes it through. Chances. Jackson again. Jackson again. Jackson! Oh! Outstanding play. Aston was with him. Aston. Broadbent. Onto McCook. Oh, scrambling defence. Offside, no question. Well, that's scrambling. That's last tackle, I should say. I thought it pinged Wigan for offside then, John.
No, I think it was the last tackle, and Wigan very fortunate to get away with that as the ball was hacked through to the Wigan line. And Wigan suffering a lot round the play of the ball. They're getting harassed by the Eagle markers, and they're finding it hard to bring away. But then again, they make the break from inside back to half-back. Wigan surging down the field, and if they do make a break, they have the power and they have the pace. Lobbed across, very slow pass there from play the ball. Wigan not making territory there. They were pushed back as Sheffield very well organised round the play of the ball. Wigan taking the ball, standing still. And that's the 5th tackle. Lobbed out, Edwards, the kicker, little one, in between the defenders. Plange coming across for it, Plange takes it. Running across field, he knocks one off. Good running by Plange. Great running by Plange.
Yes, good clearing run. Just running to grass, buying time up, letting his forwards get back in position. 20 minutes gone, John, and Wigan have hardly had a play ball in Eagles territory. Broadbent makes, I'm going to say, it'd make the break, but Cassidy hung on. Aston inside to Gamson. Again, Cassidy in with a good tackle. Filling all the holes in Cassidy. McCook. Last tackle. Again, the Eagles very quickly through the set. The ball goes wide to Aston. This time, it puts it back past Aitchison, and he just watches that roll into dead. Well, that's really the first lull in the game, John.
Yes, it's been hammer and tongs all the time, and the Eagles have been having the better of it so far. Wigan are really having to struggle. Robinson coming in from the wing, taking the pressure off his forwards. Dermot handing it on. And Sheffield standing up, don't know whether they'll have the pace to last it out for the full 60 minutes. And there's a hard tackle off the ball, but Aitken's not aware of it. He was following the ball. Now Wigan coming hard down the middle. Territorially, it's been all Sheffield in this first 20 minutes, but now Wigan getting a sight eventually, and it is only a sight at the moment as they go down in the 5th tackle, 30 metres out. A little ploy coming, perhaps it goes out to Edwards. Edwards doing the switch, and the kick through goes, and it's well covered by the fullback Gamson. Gamson running it out well. Good clearing run.
So the Eagles once again bringing the ball away from their own quarter. Pixley makes good yardage. No real defence then from Wigan in the tight. This is Broadbent. Wigan back in line. Powell will give Fraser a run. No, he turns the ball into Carr. Carr on to pass Aston to Pixley. Good continuity from the Eagles. Good support play. Good scrambling defence from Wigan. And it's been all scrambled from Wigan. And I think that was a wrong option from Mark Aston. He had plenty of men on the outside there, John.
I think, though, if I were an Eagles supporter, I'd be getting a little bit worried now that they've had all this possession and all this territory and no points to show. Wigan still hanging on, and now here comes the break by Wigan. They're going turning through. There's a chance of scoring as they go for the line. There was a suggestion of obstruction, and Wigan are held 10 metres Powell trying to batter the way over from 10 metres out. Wigan keeping it alive, moving the ball across field, and now Wigan showing the talent. They have a big overlap as the ball goes out, and Wigan going to be in. Finishing off in the corner, and Wigan been under the cosh for so long. And as I said just a few seconds ago, I would be getting very worried if I were an Eagles supporter that they had all that possession and all that territory and didn't turn it into points, and then one break from Wigan and away they go, and Wigan are the first to get the 4 points on the board.
And what a magnificent game of rugby league we've had so far.
Yes, well, Wigan, they can do this sort of thing, and they do have pace and they have power, and no wonder that Sheffield have been trying to nail them before they start, because that's what happens. If you give them a yard, they'll take 60, and they took it then and they scored, and that will be a great relief for them, because they've had very much in and out form recently, and they're beaten by Hull at Hull last Wednesday night, and they've a hard programme in front of them. He could have let that go, I felt then. It would have gone over the dead ball line. As it is, he's having to rush it out, and he does. He takes it almost up to the 20-metre line. He almost put his foot over the dead ball line. And here Wigan again, driving in, perhaps getting the second wind. And Wigan not at its full strength in the forwards, of course. Cowie. Wigan missing Kel Skerrett, who's been a #1 forward so far this season. He's played some very powerful games, and now Wigan taking it on up to the halfway line, coming hard and straight down the middle, dragging the defenders in. Now we'll probably see it spread out with the speed of a fire out on this wing. Edwards kicking the ball behind for Gamson. It's an awkward plunge going across. It's in the in-goal area, and it's knocked forward, I think. Referee taking a very close look, decides it's going to be kicked out from underneath the post, and that was a little bit of nervousness by the Sheffield fullback.
Yes, Mark Gamson just, it was a very awkward ball. As he went down, it just bobbled away from him again. That put him in a, bad body position. He had to reach down for it, and he paid the penalty. But luckily for the Eagles, Mark kept his presence of mind and just dragged the ball in before Tugamala got there.
Robinson so powerful in his runs. No size at all, but his pocket dynamite. And is this going to be a penalty? It is a penalty. Or has he given a knock-on? The forwards look as if they decided it was a knock-on. Ball must have been lost in the tackle, and I feel it's going to be Aston to feed.
Yeah, I thought the Eagles are fortunate there. Bruce Maguire having a tug at that ball, John. And that would have been a bad position to give a penalty away at this stage of the game. This is Fraser, who's been in outstanding form this season for the Eagles. Being a standout player, has carried the ball down the field on many occasions. Broadbent, big defence again from Platt and Dermott and Cowie. In quickly, engaging the ball carrier. Aston, that's a terrific tackle from Connolly. Well spotted. He figured the play out, figured the pass out, and came up and took Powell, ball and all. Big play from the centre then. This time Powell steps inside Dermott, backs it back to Aston. Aston throws it away to Broadbent. Broadbent onto Farrell, onto Carr, I should say. Carr has lost the ball. And it's last tackle. It'll be a turnover, and Wigan to play the ball.
Well, that ball must have been red hot as far as the Eagles were concerned. They were not going to die with it. They kept it whipping about. They kept it lively. And Wigan got this fault, the whole of this game. They don't seem to be able to come away from the play of the ball. They're being very harassed legally, and now being pushed back. Two markers playing a good game for Sheffield at the moment, as Wigan turn it back into the middle, back into trouble. And it's strong running that's kept them going, but it was mainly across field and not forward. When they're going to have to come harder and straighter, and that's better running as they take it a good 10-15 metres. Referee's hand goes up for the 5th tackle. Wigan lining up for the kick, and it really missed its man. They're going to get into bother here. I know now, it's now the referee's hand goes up. Now we're on the last one, and it's Edwards who's there, but Edwards decided he's going to spread it out. Wigan put a grubber kick in, which bounced, fortunately for Sheffield.
Yeah, Richard Pixie coming up with the ball. 1 or 2 Wigan people crying knock on, but I thought Richard Pixie played that with his feet. Not intentionally. And the Eagles just having a breather then. Mick Cook was very isolated coming out on this left-hand side. Lee Jackson gets the ball out to the pass. Plange gets rid of a fire. Plange almost gets round Aitchison. Well done, David Plange. And he's had a knock. Aston to Powell. Fraser's on the charge. Powell dummies. He's tackled by Farrell. Last tackle. Aston. It's straight up, and it's anybody's ball. Everybody's onside. Who does it come to? It goes to Aitchison, who knocks on. Well, unfortunate then, young Paul Aitchison. But the deadlier those kicks, there are lottery, John. Anything can happen from those.
Yes, and it must be, nerves must be a tiddle when they see it coming down, and about 18 Sheffield Eagle forwards coming underneath it. Little bit of how's your father going on as to Wigan penalise, and a kick straight in front of the post.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure what happened then, John. I
didn't see what happened. I thought they were getting down to form the scrum. The next thing you knew, pointing for a penalty. But it looks as if Plange is coming off the field injured.
I think Mark Aston thought it was a differential penalty, and it wasn't a kick at goal. Mr. Atkin brought him back. Called Wigan for talking, and it will be Mark Aston's first shot at goal. In the meanwhile, Lydon changes with Tugamala. Aston. So only 2 points in the game, 7 minutes of the game left. I'm saying 7 minutes of the game left, John. 7 minutes of the first half left. Aston receives. Feeds Paul Carr. Paul Carr gets to the quarter with a strong run. Aston again. Feeds this time Maguire. Maguire almost to the 30. Setting up well the Eagles. Aston this time to Farrell. Farrell just gets over the 30. Powell, well, just ran down a blind alley that time. Ran out of options, ran out of space. Happy to hold the ball. That's a penalty. Well, no need for that. Daryl Powell. Penappa was there all the time, never moved. Daryl Powell moved off the mark, tapped it to himself. Mr. Atkins right, that was a penalty. In the meantime, the Eagles make a change. Ian Hughes on for Paul Carr, and Stott just come on for David Plange.
Well, there's been an awful lot of untidy play around the play of the ball. I really feel the referee started off as if he was going to keep control of it. He gave a couple of early penalties, and since then almost anything has gone on. Of course, we're now having trouble as Wigan try to batter the way over from 5 metres out. 6 or 7 minutes to go to half-time. Wigan in one of the rare attacking positions. Still keeping it going. The gap has appeared, but fortunately for Eagles, right underneath the post, they managed to stitch it up. Wigan now still driving forward. They've seen the line. They're all fired up, ready to get over. Moved out at the play of the ball. A little dummy going through, but good tackling from behind. And the Eagles hanging on by the skin of the teeth here as Wigan throw everything at them. But they're doing it by brute force and not by skill. Now they're going to need a little move here to keep it going, and it's flung back for the drop goal. The drop goal's taken, and over it goes. Botica decides we'll come away with 1 point. And so, almost on half-time, Wigan take the lead up to 7. 7 points to 2 to Wigan. Wigan will be glad to have a lead. They've had to fight very hard for it in this half. Sheffield have come at them well, and so it's Wigan in possession, 10 metres out. They'll probably stick this ball up the jumpers for the next 3 tackles as they clear it up to the 20-metre line. And the forwards only getting just past the gain line, coming away well from behind to play the ball, and that's good, strong forward running. Wigan powering the way down the field now as the Wigan pack get into the stride, but they may have left it rather late for getting another try in this first half. Little switch from round to play the ball. Ofai had been in the middle of the field and he came out this way and he was ignored. He's still out in the centre as Wigan force the way into the Eagles half. Edwards now puts a kick behind the defence. Gampson going across for it along with his wingman, takes it a few metres out. Wigan are up there quickly, followed it up well.
Yeah, well that was definitely Wigan's best 6, John. They brought the ball right back from their own 10-metre line. The forwards got a roll on and kept it going and powered up the field and finished off with a good kick from Edwards and a good chase and pinned the Eagles right back in their own corner. So the Eagles doing it tough now. Oh, Powell through front line defence, picked up by Connolly. Big run from Darryl Powell. Aston, Broadbent trying to get the ball away. Last tackle, Eagles have brought the ball up to the halfway line. Ball will go to Aston and it ends up with Gampson. Well, the Eagles keeping calm, end up with not a good kick though. That's straight to Robinson, a man you don't want to kick the ball to. You don't want to put the ball straight in his arms, John.
Yes, great positional play though by Robinson. He anticipated it well. Now Wigan with a chance to go through, but there's no way, and the touch judge is on. Little bit of As Your Father going on the far side of the field. Feeling creeping in. There's been a lot of commitment and a lot of effort given in these 35 minutes. Both sides have gone in and gone in hard. There's been some fierce tackling gone in, complete commitment. The referee having a long word with his colleagues from the touchline. A lot of debate going on at the moment as whether we should have 2 referees and 4 touch judges and 6 in-goal judges and more judges than we've got players, and one wonders sometimes that you don't always get right decisions from touch judges. So are we going to have more people giving more wrong decisions? And it's a sin bin job for... Is it Aston? No, I thought it was a sin bin, but he's not. He's just coming over to cover out here on the wing, and penalty. And there's still a lot of reading of the 5th lesson going on. Referee really wants to get in charge. He's better calming the players down than for us to have to watch a 12-a-side game. But it's Wigan who've come out of it as the innocent party. Fine touch, a few minutes to go. In a good attacking position now. 6 tackles to come, and here come the charge of the heavy brigade, and they've lost possession. And Eagles come away well.
Oh, Paul Broadbent did exceptionally well then. Saw the beautiful dummy. Had there been a man on his left-hand side, the Eagles would have come right down the field. An unusual mistake from Andy Platt. So the Eagles, probably with the last set of the game, were in injury time, well, extra time in the first half. Jackson, long ball to Aston. Aston feeds Maguire. Maguire turns that ball back to Aston. Aston battles his way through. Jackson picks up. Farrell playing on the wing. Takes the ball, and again we've got Joe Lyne having a go at Ian Hughes. Well, There's been nothing in the game. There hasn't been a bad tackle in the game, John. I didn't see what happened there, but Joe Lydon definitely lost his cool with Ian Hughes. Whether Ian Hughes instigated it or not, or provoked him. But Joe Easton is there very quickly. And I don't know if you saw what happened with Ian Hughes.
I didn't know, I was following the ball, but there must be a little bit of frustration, a little bit of needle getting into these players. It has been hard, it's been tough, and it's getting almost up to half-time, and it's been extremely difficult for any side to break the other side down and establish a superiority. Well, that was quite a long conference, and Edwards said it happened out over here. He's wanting the kick for 10 metres from the touchline. A lot of booing from the crowd. They're certainly worked up. Joe Lydon staying on the field. He's come on in place of Twigger Marler, and it's a penalty to Sheffield in the dying minutes, and they're going behind the post.
That's a good decision from Mark Aston. The clock's run down. I think the hooter will go, John, when he takes this kick at goal, assuming it goes dead. And certainly the hooter will go on the next stoppage of play. So the Eagles really not having any time with to mount an attack or to put 2 or 3 drives on. So if Aston kicks this, he'll put the Eagles within 1 point of Wigan, and that not be too bad a situation for the Eagles. Aston, it looks good. It's go! And a huge shake goes up from the Eagles supporters. Terrific goal from Mark Aston. And that puts the Eagles back within 1 point. That 1 point, that superb drop goal from Fano Botica. And that's as I predicted, John. The hooter's gone as the ball's being kicked. Well, the first 40 minutes have had everything, John. Outstanding defence from Wigan, good ball movement from the Eagles, a wonderful breakout from Anthony Farrell, and two ringside positions for Aston and Dermot and Lydon and Hughes.
Well, the Eagles must be mighty pleased with their efforts of the first half. Didn't manage to get over the line, but they're still in the game with only 1 point in it, and Wigan at the end showing signs of frustration. And so we go in at half-time with the score, Eagles 4, Wigan 5.
Well, welcome back for the second half. A point in it, the Eagles looking to consolidate that top 8 spot. And Wigan desperate now not to drop any more points, John, in this run-in. Bradford are really breathing down the back of the necks.
Well, they've got a very hard programme in front of them with Bradford twice, St Helens and Warrington and Castleford. That's no picnic when you reckon they're going to play it within the next 3 weeks or so. And any point lost could well be the championship lost.
So, no changes at half-time that I can see for Wigan. And the Eagles there as they left the field. So Aston gets us away. And everything to play for. 40 minutes of football separating the Eagles from their first win over Wigan. And 1 point, really nothing, John. It's a superb drop goal that Botica put on.
Yes, it's very tight so far. And there comes the kick through. I think the wind must be blowing. That's an awkward bounce for the wingman. Takes it well.
That's Linton Stott. Richard Price. Not been in the game much today. Mick Cook. He's tackled by Lydon. Well, Lydon fired up. Ball's gone loose. Play on, says Mr. Atkin. Farrell picks up, makes it out to the 40. Flat ball for ball Broadbent. That's good yards. just caught the Wigan defence napping then, just for a second. Made good progress. Aston brings Powell, drops him inside. Wigan cover that all up very well. People just filling across, cutting the drop off. Cutting the all off, and that's too strong from Mark Aston. So Wigan will tap from in front of, on the 20, in front of the posts.
Game only simmering at the moment as a fire comes into the middle. Neither side got into a high gear as Wigan come away from behind to play the ball, and once again the Eagles are coming round very quickly at the play of the ball. Wigan keeping it tight round the rock, fighting the way forward. A bit of a war of attrition between these forwards. And it's one man at a time rugby by Wigan as they drive into the Eagles half. Now they're spreading it across the field, moving it a bit wider, and it's turned back into the middle, and the gap is on, and Wigan are through if they can get the ball out to the wing, and they're going for the line, and the ball's flung back inside and into touch. Well, the gap appeared there. Bit of a panic in the defensive ranks, but Wigan couldn't make the most of it, and the ball was thrown into touch. I didn't know whether we're coming up to the last tackle or not there, but it will be Sheffield to feed.
Yeah, terrific run from Sam Panapa, that surging run. He seems to have the power to, the ability to go through the gap and then just surge away. But good cover from the Eagles to get to fire. Well, the Eagles working the ball away. This is Mick Cook doing it tough, getting to the quarter line. Not the biggest of props, isn't Mick Cook, and he's done enough work today. This is Powell, just trying to come off Broadbent. Eagles look as though they just changed the tactics a little bit. Working the ball first and second man, rather than spreading the ball wide, John. Aston turns Broadbent back. Platt comes again with a big shoulder. Last tackle. Aston in two minds, puts Daryl Powell in a not too good a position, and they end up with a bad kick that goes straight to Atchison. I should say Atchison.
Well, there's an argument as to whether he's Atchison or Atchison. Depends how you spell it. Wigan in possession then, an easy catch for Atchison, and he brought it out. But neither side got into a top gear at the moment and cooled off at half-time. Sam Panapa made a great run a short while ago, couldn't complete it by getting it out to a fire. And Wigan playing it down the middle at the moment. Crowd are getting very restive about it. Now they're spreading it across the field. Did a dummy and Edwards is through. Followed from behind. And the referee awarding the penalty. Not happy with that tackle. And Wigan will be glad of that. It gives them a chance to carry on. And he's sending the touch judges behind the posts.
5 minutes.
5 minutes gone in this second half. Botica just over the 10-metre line in from touch, and on the 30-metre line it's a long kick, but he's a bit of a machine, is Frano Botica. When he's on, he's absolutely an immaculate kicker, almost foolproof. Only 1 point in it. He wants to stretch this lead. 5 points to 4 then, as points have been extremely scarce this afternoon, very hard to come by. Botica will want to make this one dead in the hope of getting possession if he doesn't kick it. He's very cool, he's very calm under pressure. And nothing seems to bother him, but he's got to get it just right. And it's not easy, and he hits it. And he's missed, so it's a dropout from the 20-metre line. So the score still remains Sheffield 4, Wigan 5. Deep. Wigan knock it back. Atchison on his 20-metre line. Atchison running it out. Meets a solid wall of tacklers and down he has to go. Wigan not coming back all that quickly. Not grouping. Not showing the same alertness and commitment at the moment, and they're very badly bunched in the middle of the field. Ball thrown back. And possession lost.
Yes, Frey's doing well to come up with that ball, John, and that's good defence from the Eagles. From that drop out they came, they've pinned Wigan back 60 metres, and this is Farrell. Oh, and the Eagles just stepping up now. Broadbent will come on a big charge. Here he comes and gets the ball away to Jackson. Superb play. This is Hughes. Well, Paul Broadbent doing really well then. Just drew the Wigan defence in, dropped the ball off to Aston. This is Mick Cook working his way over the quarter line. Eagles in good position now. Aston, drop goal. No, it isn't. It's an high one. Oh, this time Robinson's dropped it. A try. It's 4 points. Unfortunate. Young Jason Robinson. The Eagles have come up with the point. I think it's Fraser that went over and got the 4. It's a good charge. Well, it may have been Gamson. Did you see who it was, John? Difficult to see. But the Eagles go 3 points in front. 8 points to 5. Plenty of red shirts came through on the charge. Robinson took ball and man together. Couldn't hold on. And the Eagles came up with the 4 points. Aston to go 5 points in front. Yes. That's the Eagles 10, Wigan 5. So, the Eagles 5 points in front. 30 minutes of the game remaining. Can they go on with the game, pin Wigan back, and pick some more points up, and eventually come up with 2 valuable championship points? Oh, shit.
Ball's loose on the floor. Robinson can't take it cleanly, gets it at the second attempt, and the referee says it was a knock-on. Well, Wigan won't like that. Thought the ball had gone back. Wigan not having the rub of the green and 5 points behind. And it will be Aston to feed. Aston puts it in. Edwards is round the scrum extremely quickly to take him. Wigan trying to hold them down. A good clearing run as Farrell brings it away from 20 metres. Coming away well from behind to play the ball, Jackson. Great battle between these 2 Great Britain hookers this afternoon. Sheffield now with the tails up, spreading the ball across the field. Wigan moving up and not putting the men down or smothering the ball. Under a lot of pressure as Sheffield battled away into the Wigan half. Referee lets it go. There was a doubt about the play the ball. Farrell going to get caught in possession. And the referee holds his hand up for the 5th tackle, but it's all Sheffield at the moment. And there comes the awkward kick through, and it sits up for Robinson this time, 10 metres out. Robinson running crossfield, beats 1 tackle, tries to cut through the middle, and there's no way through for him. Well, that was an exciting bit of football there. Now it's Wigan's turn. They're going to have to graft away now to get back into this game. Doing it by force rather than by guile, but not being given a lot of room in which to show the speed. And a penalty to Wigan for lying on. Obviously Sheffield's advantage to slow the game down. Wigan take a quick penalty, and it's a long kick up to the Eagles 20-metre line. Wigan crowd urging the team on now as they put their head down and bash forward. And it's solid, stout defence as Wigan move it across. Edwards handing it on. And that's good tackling comes in. Connolly breaks out of it, did well there. pressure, gets it out to the wing, and Wigan are forced into touch. And the whole of the Wigan attack is aborted as they're forced into touch on the 10-metre line.
No. Terrific defence then from Richard Pixley. And the Eagles stepping the game up and the fans getting behind them. And the drummers going, the chants going. And Richard Pixley coming downfield, and the Eagles having plenty of variety in the play, switching the ball about the field, forwards taking the ball in sometimes, then switching the ball wide. Jackson this time takes it again to the short side, and Broadbent makes it out to the 30-metre line. Ball goes deep to Aston. Aston kicks behind Robinson. Maguire and Fraser on the chase. Difficult man to pin down though is Robinson, but Fraser tags in, puts him down. That's not a spear tackle. They didn't put him down on his head. They just lifted him up, John, but didn't put his head first.
No way a spear tackle. They were very careful how they put him. Well, they didn't put him down gently, but they didn't put him down on his head. Wigan now fighting to get back into this game. And they've got a lot on their hands. And Wigan very badly bunched. As a force back into the middle. A fire right in the centre of the field. Dying to get hold of the ball. Wigan put the kick in from behind. Not waiting for the full set of tackles, and so we'll come back for another 10-metre scrum.
So 13 minutes into the second half. Eagles scrummaging on their own 10. Oh, that's one against the head. Somebody in the scrum not keeping away. That looked like the second row kicked that ball back. In the meantime, Penapper is working his way through the ruck, John.
Yes, that took the Wigan forwards by surprise. They were surprised to see Edwards with the ball when they got up. Wigan on back to Edwards, turned inside. Wigan trying to crash the way through. Eagles moving into the middle as Wigan send a wide pass out. It hit his feet. Will play on, said the referee, as Wigan move it out this way. They're in the Wigan line out, and Wigan have gone across the field without an inch of ground gain. Now they're coming through from behind. They play the ball 10 metres out, right in front of the sticks, and now it's Wigan who are applying the pressure. They're turning it on now. A long wide pass goes out. Wigan put a kick through and chase it, and it's well taken back. Ganson at fullback.
Well, it's all frenetic, high tension stuff, and a bit of a match-up then. Linton stopped bringing the ball away. Sean Edwards then had a match-up with Bruce Maguire. He put one on Bruce Maguire's nose. Bruce Maguire just looked at him, and Sean Edwards then turned to the shooter and says, "You're going to do out about it?"
And the ball been dropped, and Wigan back in possession. Coming round the narrow side of the field, and Wigan have lost possession, and it's back to Eagles. Well, this is and it comes out the wing, and Sheffield should score to go and tear it down. The cover's coming across, and they're going to get in at the corner. Oh, and in touch. Well, this game is end to end. Comedy of errors. Wigan dropped the ball. Critchley made a fantastic run down this wing, and it was desperate last-minute stuff by Connolly to force him into touch. Well, that was nearly the end of Wigan's championship hopes there, and now it's Edwards to feed. He's won one against the head, and he's now got that one with the head inside. And Eagles are determined to keep Wigan there, and Wigan not coming back with a great deal of determination. There seems to be more commitment at the moment from Sheffield than there is from Wigan. Wigan grovelling the way forward. And the defence from Sheffield is absolutely fantastic this afternoon. We're nailing Wigan down, but now Wigan come away. And it only needs one clear break. There's so much speed in these backs. It could bring them right back into the game. And there comes the kick through. And it's taken beautifully.
Linton Stoke took that very well. Comes back with a run. And he's tackled by Martin Afire. Lee Jackson, who just showed there recently, John. Just what a terrific run that was from Lee Jackson down from this area. He put his foot on the pedal and just went away right from the defence. Got a beautiful ball to Pixley. And how well Gary Connolly did. And Bruce Maguire almost breaking that front line defence. Plays it quickly. Richard Price. Aston turns the ball into Powell. Into space. Powell gets the ball to Jackson. To Mick Cook. And unfortunate then for the Eagles.
Well, this is certainly stirring stuff from the Eagles. And Wigan have come out to the right, and every player except one was out on the left wing. Wigan needing to settle this game down if they're going to get back into it. And the Eagles whipping the ball out, they refuse to die with it. And Wigan playing very pedestrian stuff at the moment as they trying to rely on strength, battering the way down the middle. Long wide pass, did well to take it, and there's plenty of cover there to snuff out the Wigan attack. Wigan struggling to get out of their own half, turned inside. And Sheffield come in, put them down in 5. Ball sent out for the kick, and there it goes, a high one, not a deep one. Gamson following, it's an awkward bounce. And it's well taken, and that's good following up by Wigan.
Yes, Cassidy, being one of Wigan's better players today, his work rate's been outstanding. He's chased everything down, and that was a terrific chase. And the Eagles, to do it tough, Jackson. Oh, beautiful ball to Powell. So, Eagles still with a 5-point advantage. 25 minutes of the game remaining. Jackson turns Broadbent back. Mick Cook almost got Price away, but Broadbent to Aston to Powell. He has Stott. He turns Stott inside. Stott's away. Stott gets past. No, he doesn't. I thought he got past the fire. Oh, superb play from the Eagles. Keeping the ball alive. Every player playing with vision. Every player looking for the pass. And every player ready to support and ready to hand on. And that will be an Eagles feed. Mark Aston putting the kick in. It rebounds off a Wigan player, and Wigan make a change. Kelvin Skerritt comes on, and Cowie goes off. So Aston on to Powell. Powell to Price. Price works his way back. Eventually tackled by Botica. And an ironic boo goes up from the Eagles supporters as it's announced that Kelvin Skerritt's on the field. And there you see Kelvin with his first tackle of the game. Always comes with a full load, Kelvin Skerritt. And working in from marker defence. Well, he hasn't got long to go, Kelvin. Only about 20 minutes of the game left. Bruce Maguire, big charge. Eagles, 20 metres out, Jackson. Hands on to Aston. Aston floats the ball out to Hughes. Hughes looks for the hole. He's covered by Connolly. Last tackle. What will the Eagles do? Aston changes direction. It finds Powell. Powell toes it through. Oh, and that will be a line drop out. Nice little bit of play again. Good improvisation from Mark Aston. Looked as though he's going open side. Checked, come back. Fed Powell. Powell just put it through with the toe. Eagles come up with the ball. Broadbent with a chance to wind up. Gets almost to the quarter line. Mick Cook makes an easy 5. Eagles stacking up deep on their left. Powell standing wide this time. Bruce Maguire first receiver. Oh, well, Bruce looked tired. Bruce looked tired before that pass came and never really looked in position. And he paid the penalty. That's a good position to give up, John.
Well, we're giving Wigan some stick then, and now Wigan to feed. Edwards gets it. We're going to have it stitched. Happy to die with it. Edwards coming over, wanted to get on with the game quickly. Robinson. The Eagles tackling has been extremely good this afternoon. They're coming quickly, they've come in hard, and they've smothered the ball as well as the man. And Wigan attacks had a great deal of trouble in getting into any sort of gear at all. Not been very fluid football from Wigan, unlike the Eagles, who whipped the ball about all over the place. There's an overlap this time, comes out with the force back into the middle. That's good cover tackling, and Wigan are held up just inside the Eagles' half. Wigan claiming for a lying on, but it's not given. Edwards hoists a high, difficult one. It's not come up, the fire's up there, and it's been dropped. And the referee does not give the knock on.
Looks like that's gone backwards. Some referees would have given that as knock on, but the Eagles fortunate with the call this time. They've had one or two fortunate calls, the Eagles, today, but you have to take them and take both kinds. When they go against you, take them. When they go with you, you've got to take them as well. Anthony Farrell. Eagles pinned inside their own 10. That's 3 tackles gone. Lee Jackson onto Maguire. Maguire to Price. Price to Stott. Stott's got some space on the outside. Just tests the fire, then brings him to him and takes the tackle. Aston kicks. Oh, that's a good kick. Nobody at home for Wigan. Aitchison has to chase back, and Wigan have a man down in back play. Just 5 minutes in front of Sheffield's posts. And Fire picks up, runs down the blind alley, eventually tackled by Jackson.
Fire not really the man in his own 20-metre area to be bringing the ball away. He's probably the only one who can run the distance. Wigan playing with 12 men at the moment as one's receiving attention at the far end of the field. Wigan trying to spread it out. And there's no way through these defenders. Solid wall of defence hanging on like grim death as Wigan coming away. Wigan trying to force it with way through the middle of the field, go down in what I think is the 5th tackle, and it's Joe Lydon who's injured, looking for the kick, and there it comes from Edwards, but it's an easy one to cover. No, it's rolling away, and that's a beautiful kick by Edwards. Will be a 10-metre scrum, but it will be possession once more for the Eagles, pushed back to their own 10-metre line. But there's a lot of weary legs ploughing the way back down towards the 10-metre line, and it will be Aston to feed for the Eagles.
And it's raining quite strong now, John. It's been raining really since just before half-time, and it's coming down quite heavy. That could have an influence on the game, because it's the Eagles that have been throwing the ball about. It's the Eagles that had the best of the ball movement, and this will restrict their opportunities and restrict their options. The ball will start to get slippy, but Powell comes up again with a big charge right into the heart of Wigan's defence, and Wigan's marker defence has not been the best. This is Hughes. Hughes keeps going, gets over the halfway line. Jackson found a hole, floats one over. Stott toes that through, and well, the game just seemed to die then. The player's not sure what happened, and it's Aitchison with the ball.
A very speculative kick through came to Wigan's advantage. Wigan now trying to spread it across, but there's no gap for them to come through as Sheffield move up. Wigan now 10 metres short of the halfway line, coming down the narrow side of the field, battling the way up to the halfway line. And Wigan not really looking as if they're going to crack this defence as Edwards sends a long wide pass out to Aitchison, and he keeps it moving well. Wigan now moving the ball well. Can they get it out onto the far wing? Surging over the... Wigan still going, and it's inside, and Wigan are going for a 6-pointer. Let the ball go, they've dropped on my Eagles.
Well, mark that down to Lee from Wigan. Wigan at the very, very best. But Lee Jackson came 60 metres back, put a big tackle in on Robinson, and that was a 6-pointer, John. This is rugby league at its very, very best. It's entertainment that you can't get anywhere else in the world. Top effort from both sides. Lee Jackson's gone. He's got Richard Price. Price has got Stott with him. Price kicks for Stott. This is dangerous. Oh, but who's there? Man for all occasions. Sean Edwards.
Read it well there, Sean Edwards. Saved Wigan, and a kick through at the play the ball brings it back to the 20-metre. Well, Wigan looked like getting a 6-pointer there, which would have made all the difference. They were almost over underneath the sticks. The tap penalty, nearly a forward pass there. They were very, very close to each other. Wigan have not yielded the palm. They were almost over a couple of seconds ago. Now they're spreading it across, a change of direction, and they're through down the middle. Can they get within? Wigan going hard for the line, and Wigan are now turning it on. As we come into the last 10 minutes of the game, they're finding the gaps. Going hard for the line now, it's lobbed out, and Wigan lose possession, and there's trouble in the Wigan ranks here as they go streaking for the line.
Oh, great play, Linton Stott. Tugamala then just showing a little bit of inexperience. I don't know how long he's been back on. I didn't see the change, John. But Tugamala throwing a wild ball. No, really couldn't see the receiver. Threw the ball blind and he's offside there. He's got away with it. This is Maguire. Hughes can't drag it in. A lot of tired people out there, John. It's been a non-stop game, and 1 or 2 forwards just feeling the pace. And meantime, Paul Carr waiting to come on.
Yes, it's been a real good, clean battle with a lot of movement in it. Good defence and good attacking. Players being substituted as they're feeling the strain.
10 minutes.
10 minutes to go, Wigan in possession, trying to come round, being forced back into the middle. Little lack of coordination there between the Wigan players as it comes inside, and it's head down and bash, and we're going to throw you back again, say the Eagles. But Wigan has certainly, in the last couple of minutes, have shown some devastating moves as they've moved the ball well, and they've shown the speed, and they've been held just on the vital last pass. Trying to get it out to the fire wing, that's where the speed is, and the break's made down the wing, out to the corner. And once again, play is stopped, snuffed out. Wigan throwing everything except the kitchen sink, and there's a massive overlap, and they're going for the line, but the tackles are there. 10 metres out, a fire up behind to play the ball. A fire, lobbing it out. Wigan put a grubber kick in, and he's going to go too far.
Superb defence again from the Eagles. Terrific play from Gary Connolly. Well, some of these players have showed just what qualities they've got, both on the Eagles and for Wigan. You know, little
skill and reading the game so well. Both sides are showing it as well.
Yeah. But Tugamala. Again, I don't know what happened, John, but Tugamala seemed in the clear, and then it just seemed to tip up when nobody was near him.
Yes, well, of course, he's inexperienced at this game in the centre. Joe Lydon had got hurt some time ago, so they had to bring him off, and this Wigan's put in.
Yeah.
I think this Wigan should get possession. They need it. It comes out. Little run around. Edwards jinking, turning it back into the middle, and Wigan is snuffed out. 20 metres out. Edwards waiting for the play of the ball. Edwards just lobs a short one. And they've had the ball stolen off them. Referee not happy with it, gives a penalty. Penalty to Wigan on the 20-metre line. They've got to go for a try. 5 points behind, they need a converted try. Short tap taken, Wigan trying to use the strength. This is a do-or-die effort now as we come into these last stages. Wigan in their anxiety, I think not really getting it together. Panic stations as it goes to Edwards. Edwards trying to work a move, Wigan keeping it going. And referee standing looking carefully. And he's going to give a scrum down. I think he's giving Wigan the put in. Edwards is bringing the ball round. 12 metres out. Edwards has it, moving it out. Onto the centre, Wigan trying to crash the way through. Well, nerves must be tight as fiddle strings out there as Wigan lob it inside and the big men try to take the bomb, and I don't think they'll get through. Sheffield that way. Gonna need a little bit of sleight of hand and magic. Now it's force again as they go driving in, and Sheffield hanging on. Quick play the ball. Wigan surging to the line, and the hell a couple of metres short. Fighting like the devil for these final 5 points. Moving it across the field, long passing. And Wigan have locked on. Ball's on the floor. They knock on again. Referee's letting it go. Wigan keeping it alive. And the tackle as they receive the ball. Referee holds his hands up for 5 tackles as Wigan move it across field. And they send a high up and under. That's anybody's. This could be dangerous. Bounces awkwardly. And the referee gives a penalty to Sheffield.
So that's huge relief for the Eagles, John. And in that phase of play, yeah, referee took call twice here. He ruled play on when Wigan seemed to knock on, and he gave a knock on against Bruce Maguire when no way it was a knock on. But the Eagles have survived, and Paul Carr drives the ball away and makes it out to the 30. Well, it's a long time since the Eagles have been that far out from the line. This is Broadbent. 5 minutes of the game remaining. The Eagles will be looking to run the clock down. Jackson just probing that tight defence. He's made lots of yards today as Lee Jackson. Anthony Farrell now, he's just toying with the Wigan defence. Happy just to eat the clock up, pick a couple of metres up. Paul Carr picks that up. I don't think it was intended for him last tackle. What will Mark Aston do? Will he go to the hands? No, he puts it down towards the fire. That's not necessarily the best thing to do. Eagles come up with a big chase. The fire's got away. That looked dangerous.
Yes, Martin on fire with space to move. Could have pulled the game out the fire. Dying minutes now in this game. Eagles looking for the first win against Wigan. And they're hanging on. It will be precious to them, this, and the place in the top 8 as Edwards holds it. Edwards bringing it back into the middle. Cowie trying to go through. Touch of genius needed by Wigan now, and it doesn't look like coming at the moment, but you never know. Edwards puts the high kick in for the chase, and it's taken cleanly.
Well, superb catch from Mark Aston. Togamalo sweating on him. Difficult to take the balls now with the conditions being as they are. Slippy underfoot, the ball's wet, and Paul Carr with a typical bustling run, pumping away with his legs, carries the ball and 2 tacklers, an extra 10 metres. Richard Pixley comes in and gives his forwards a breather. He carries it over the halfway line. Lee Jackson will be coming this time. Well, Mick Cook making a mess of that, but eventually comes up with the ball and makes a mess of that. Well, Mick Cook really struggling then.
Bad mistake to make at this period of the game. Giving Wigan a last chance. They move it across. Trying to get it out to the speed man, but he goes into touch to the great delight and exultation of the Sheffield crowd. 2.5, 3 minutes of normal time to go. Sheffield fighting still for this lead. Forwards go down.
So Mark Aston comes up with the ball, and that was good defence from the Eagles, forcing a fire into touch. Lintonstock's done well while he's been on the field. He's kept a fire very much under control, and that's one or two questions of his defence too. 3 minutes of the game remaining. Bruce Maguire with the ball onto Fraze. Fraze into space. Fraze away from Atchison. Oh, Atchison just brings him down. Ankle taps him. Eagles 20 metres from the posts. Broadbanks gets the ball to Jackson. Jackson toes one through. It's play on. Botica slips. That will be a line drop out, and that could almost be the game. And Fraser's injured. He just took a knock when Atchison ankle tapped him. And that's a quick play from Edwards. Terrific play, but Paul Carr comes in with the ball inside to Pixley. Well, everything's happening. Wigan going for broke. Well, terrific play. You haven't a minute to think, John. Sean Edwards then took a quick tap, and it nearly paid off for Robinson.
It nearly brought Wigan a try, and it nearly gave Sheffield a try, because Wigan couldn't quite get to it, and it was nearly a gift then for Sheffield. However, something has to be tried when you're losing, and just a minute or so to go. Wigan with the ball, moving it out, the change of positions at the scrum, but getting nowhere at all. Wigan forcing an overhead kick for that left wing, and it's covered and it's been dropped. And there's everything going in this game.
Well, it's thrust and cut, John. Wigan throwing everything in attack, they're trying everything they can. Sean Edwards thinking all the time, and as soon as the Eagles get the ball back, they're making threats on Wigan's line. Farrell brings the ball 15 metres from the posts. Eagles stacking up on the left. Jackson dummies, feeds Broadbent, comes back on the angle, gets the ball off, and Mick Cook will play the ball. Eagles still in good position. Brooks Maguire looks to throw one away. Two spins, turns, tackles 2 metres from the posts. Wigan in dire straits here. This could be a severe dent to the championship hopes. The second's ticking away. Gamson! 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 Oh, he's tackled over the line, but it will be an Eagles feed. 10 metre scrum, and that will be the game for Wigan. No, last tackle.
Last effort this for Wigan then. Can they do anything with it? I would doubt it, because they're so fired up, this Eagles side, with tackle lions. Wigan trying to bring it away, being pinned down on their own 10 metre line, fighting the way up to the 20 metres. Come on, Eagles! Wigan coming down this right wing onto Robinson. Robinson with a run. He has Edwards inside. He kicks. Oh, what a foolish, foolish kick. He kicks straight into touch. And there goes the whistle for a well-deserved great victory. The first they've ever got over Wigan. They will be highly delighted. And the whole of the Rugby League will be pleased for Sheffield. But it is a win which has been well and truly earned.
Yes, another historic day for the Eagles. Another notch in the drum. Therefore, the mighty Wigan at the Don Valley Stadium. The last team in the Rugby League, by the way, John, for the Eagles to down the colours.
I'm stunned at the moment. I'm gobsmacked, I think.
Which is an achievement. You know, they've only been going 10 years, and they've beaten every other team in the Rugby League.
Yeah, yes, I think so.
So there the Eagles have consolidated the position in the top 8.
I can't remember if Doncaster have ever beaten Wigan. You know, I don't know.
So the fans, the Eagles fans chanting away. They all came up with a great spontaneous roar. You can see how much it means to the Eagles there. They're still on the field. It's as though they've won the cup. And this is really, all this, John, is respect to Wigan.
Well, it's a compliment to Wigan, but it's also a compliment to Sheffield that they've come up from so very little. I think Gary Hetherington should be extremely proud of this, and they haven't fluked it today. They've won it with extremely good football, and they've been showing some great football. They struggled with Bradford, they hammered some talent, and now it must be a real feather in the cap to have beaten this club that has such a proud record.
That's what I mean, John. It means so much to the reason why it means so much to Wigan is because it means so much to Sheffield. There's so much respect for Wigan. And as we look back on the game, John, that tackle by Lee Jackson on Robinson when he was aiming for the post, I think that was the game.
It had 6 points written all over it just at that very last minute, and it really was a match-winning effort. But it's not just been that, it's been 80 minutes of good, real hard endeavour and ability, and it's all credit to Sheffield Eagles.
So from myself, Mick McGowan and John McDermott and Micron Video, join us again next week for another 80 minutes of outstanding entertainment.